congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Usually with these things, I'm talking to people just as the show or the film is being released. Very rarely to get to talk about it when it's kind of been out and everyone's kind of digested it. What's that space like for you, having the show been out, now out in the UK, and people are talking about it in such a positive way?
It's such a relief. It's such a relief because it's so different from anything I've done before. And I certainly, I would be lying if I said I didn't have thoughts of like, oh my gosh, is my Sunny fan base and Mick fan base going to be like, what is this? Why is she doing an hour-long drama? But I just knew that there was something special about this show, that we could create a tone that was unique, and that it would be different, but a dynamic character that I would be equally as proud of. And so I'm really proud of what we did. And so it was a relief that everybody else was really enjoying it too. And people online are very happy to tell you when they don't like what you're doing. And I'm not really getting a lot of that. So I trust it.
That was my next question in terms of like the internet, because you've had really good responses. And now you seem to have a legion of fans who are, I don't want to know the ending, obviously, but there's spoilers and theories and everything else. You don't always get a show that's like, comes with a raft of theories and what could and couldn't be happening.
I know. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything by saying the ladies are clamoring for Morgan and Karadec to get together. Just really very excited about that. And I don't have any information about that. We're exploring all kinds of possibilities.
At my home, that is the prevailing theory. That might come down the line. But we'll see. Take me back to when you first met with Drew and the process, because I was looking online as to how it came about for you, and I just saw that your name was involved. I was just wondering about your first meeting and whether you had to audition or whether it was kind of offered to you. What was that initial meeting like?
Yeah, so they took me out to lunch and asked me to do it. I mean, they had asked me to do it. I read the script. They took me out to lunch to have a conversation because I really wasn't sure if this was something that I wanted to. I mean, I don't do things just to do a season of it. Like, if we were going to do this, I was going to collaborate, be involved, work on it together, and have it be like my next thing. And I was kind of halfway down the line with something else that I was developing, so it wasn't on my radar. So we had a conversation, and I really liked all of his answers. You know, I was like, well, what did happen to Roman? And I liked his answer to that, which I won't tell you. And I liked that he wanted this woman, as scrappy as she is, as misunderstood as she is, to really have her be the heart of the show, her and her children be the heart of the show, and that she would do whatever it is she needed to do because she's such a good mom. And that is very different from anything I played before, so that was very attractive to me.
When you play a character like this, I can imagine there's it's hard for you to nail down like a thing that you love about her, but from the initial, I guess, the pilot, shall we say, when you read the character, what was kind of the initial attraction for you outside of what you just mentioned?
I love that I was still going to be able to be loud, scrappy. I mean, I really loved the scene where she almost gets in a fight with the police officers and has to be held back, but that she goes home and has a lot of heart and is a wonderful mom, and that's just not something I've been able to play on TV, at least. I used to do dramatic stuff all the time in theater, but as far as like my TV shows, I just play like cartoon characters.
You've got a great ensemble on this, but I can't not ask you about the three young actors who play your kids, particularly the baby or babies. I don't know if it's baby or
so many babies. Past 8 months, they want to get out of where you put them and do not want to sit there anymore. So we have to switch them out.
They're all incredible, and I've you know, over the years you read about people say never work with kids, but I remember reading it. It has nothing to do with your show, but when Arnold Schwarzenegger did Kindergarten Cop, it's like the best thing I could ever do because it's like a different environment, a different learning experience. How was it for you? Because all three of them, well, two of the slightly more older ones, absolutely incredible in the show.
We hit the jackpot. And that is, I'm not just saying that. Matthew and Amira are so talented, but they're so professional. They're wise beyond their years. They are so happy to be there, like just to show up. They're on time. I have zero complaints. And they are also, to their credit, really able to handle me just throwing other stuff at them. I don't always say what is scripted. Sometimes I change it up a little bit, and we kind of like find it together, especially with the kids, because I feel like that's the best way to get an authentic at-home scene where just like a mom's just screwing around with their kids and being silly, and that was important to me to have that be very realistic, and they really roll with it, and yeah, they're a dream. It's not always easy. I mean, with other kids. I've worked with a lot of kids. It's not always easy, and they're a dream.
I remember watching the first episode and was enjoying it, but you got extra points from me because my favourite show in the world is Scrubs. So when Judy Reyes came, I almost kind of screamed at the tail. I was like, oh my God, Judy Reyes is in this?
Judy Reyes she is so good and such an incredible actor. And the scene at the end of the pilot was so important when Morgan has to swallow her pride and be vulnerable and come ask someone else for help when she's not used to asking anyone for help ever. And everything that Judy was giving me back made that scene possible. I don't have enough good stuff to say about her. She's fantastic.
Yeah, one of the other scenes I love, I can't remember if it's in the pilot or the second episode, it might be the first one, where Morgan talks about the church spires.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, oh my God, this is like being educated by this show. It's drama and comedy, but also I never do that. That's a great tidbit.
Dropping knowledge.
Yeah,
left and right. That was in the pilot. I found that fascinating as well. I definitely improvised about how weird that would be for priests to feel the need to make themselves that got cut.
Left it in. That show was brilliant. Okay, I'm going to finish with a few fun questions for you. So let's do this. So obviously there's a lot of talk about your Morgan's romantic life, about her ex-husband and all that kind of stuff. But if you were able to pick someone, an actor you admire to be a romantic interest, is there anybody that you would love to grab and have in the show?
Who do I want to make out with in real life?
Yeah, apart from maybe, I mean, if you want to bring your husband in, that's all well and good.
I mean, I get to do that at home.
Exactly.
I don't know what the point of that would be. This is an awkward question because I'm probably going to meet, it's possible that I would meet these people. No, I can't think of anyone that I'm attracted to besides my husband.
We'll put him down then. We'll put him in like situ as a possible.
Yeah.
I was always interested about, obviously Morgan as a parent, but I always wondered what her parents would be. Are there any actors that you would love to cast as parents if you could have like dream casting of who her parents would be?
Yeah, it's funny. We kind of threw around some storylines with parents. But then we realized, we have to dig deeper into what happened there, because I think she did not have a good relationship with her parents. And then we were also trying to figure out, do we want to cast someone funny? Which I think is probably what we'll end up doing. Like I wouldn't mind like a Goldie Hawn or something like that. I think that would be really, really fascinating, especially if she could be both funny and really intense and like a horrible, horrible mother. I would like to see that. That's fun to me.
The last one was 3 actors you admire who could play the killers or the perpetrators that you have to investigate. Any actors that you would be like, that would be
Edward Norton.
That's a good one.
Would be really good for that. I love him. He's so talented.
Recent Oscar nominee, Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I should have said that. How about recent Oscar nominee, Edward Norton?
Edward Norton, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to pick him.
That's good.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
I was wondering if, with Goldie Hawn, whether the name of Steve Martin would come up. I was wondering if that would be a thing. Because that would be a bit off kilter for him. I quite like... But then he comes with Martin Short. They're kind of like... They're kind of inseparable these days, aren't they? So
what if they were both my dad? What if I had 2 dads?
2 dads. Go
it's
for it.
It's not a bad idea.
It's progressive.
I'm going to pitch
I like it.
All right.
I like it. That's a good idea.
Where's my phone? I got it.
We love the show at home, and pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best for season 2.
Thank you so
Can't
much.
wait to see it.
Tell your wife I said hi.
I will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey, you guys.
Hey You Guys.
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you